Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. Uh, the speech I need to do for college is a birthday speech. It's well, as you some of you may know, my birthday was just yesterday, so September 5th, 1999. September. It's a it's an interesting month, isn't it? It's that transition where kids it's the last few days before school starts. It's that to them, to some other people, it's actually just like the changing of seasons. Then you have some other people who are thinking, oh, hey, harvest is coming up, so I need to hop to that. Well, I researched and researched and researched September 5th, 1999. I couldn't find anything. I found 6 deaths, but to be honest, September 5th does have a lot more significance compared to, well, just just the date itself. So, might as well share what I found with you guys, right? So, some famous people I share a birthday with. King Louis XIV. He was known as the Sun King in France. He was born in around 1638, actually. He made a lot of reforms to the monarchy. He centralized his monarchy, increasing his right to control. He shifted taxation to the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. But he also did a few other things. He set up 2 art schools. I'm trying to remember the name of them. Their names are. I'm sorry, I need to check my notes. Uh, the Academy Inscriptions at Belleville and the Royal Academy of Music. He also sent an advisor to see to the construction of the Eiffel Tower. It's slipping my mind. The other person I share a birthday with, Jesse James, the famous outlaw. Born in 1846, he was a very famous outlaw. Served in the um, Civil War. Fought on the side of the Confederates. Got out. Him and his brother started up a gang called the. The name of this. It's the James Young Gang. And how I found this out was through his biography that he set up. Now, he lived to be about 38, I believe. He simply died because somebody shot him in the back for money. But that's besides the point. What happened was more historical parts of the dates. So, it was September. It seems to be kind of a month of success. For example, in our history, American history, in 1784, 12 out of the 13 American colonies adopted the trade embargo against the British, which led to our, succession from them, which led to where we are today. In 1877, for Native American history, have any of you heard of Crazy Horse? He served. He was one of the leaders of the Dakota War here in Minnesota in 1862. He was killed on this date, unfortunately, but in 1939, our president at the time, he stated on this date to say, hey, we are staying neutral in World War II, we will not get involved in the European conflict. But that lasted until, I believe it was the day of or the day before Christmas in 41. But that's enough about our American current events, the events around the world. For our worldwide kind of history, in 1998, Saddam Hussein stated to his people, to all Arabs, to fight against the West, which, as we all know, kind of led to the Iraqi War, among other things, of course. We had our own issues, stuff like that. In 1991, Nelson Mandela became the president of the African United Nations. But with all this success, all this time spent just jumping through history, you gotta think the technological advances as well. And what way can we present all this is through media. Well, it all started in, well, something that I saw on the 5th, according to one other source I used, which was called onthisday.com. They, throughout the 50s and 60s, they released about 50 different channels a multitude of channels throughout all 50 states of PBS and CBS, which led to news, media, Sesame Street. We all grew up with it at one point or another. In 1958, the first ever colored film was released in Charlotte, North Carolina. And, well, I mean, if you think about it, with these two advances on this date, we wouldn't have what we do now. We wouldn't have major news programs. We wouldn't have children's shows to keep the little kids busy. We wouldn't have even color television if it wasn't for these advances made on September 5th. But it's just these little things that we seemingly take for granted, or we just kind of misjudge over the day. Well, yes, my birthday, September 5th, 1999, wasn't the most eventful. September 5th as a date is. Thank you.